What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. And today, I really apologize for the delay, but today's video, we're going to be answering a question nobody's asked me, but I am just going to make a video about it. Whether you should buy a real home audio system or a computer speaker system. Okay, so if you have a big budget, I'm going to show you the system that I have, but if you're just wanting something that's going to be smaller and something like that, I will definitely tell you about that, but I am going to tell you all the differences. Okay, so the first thing starting off is with a real home audio system like mine, you can see it's big. I mean, it's massive. And the thing that is powering everything is this. This is my Denon In-Command Series AVR 2700H. This receiver right here cost $1,100. Okay. Now, the amount of quality sound and just quality you get out of this thing is amazing. It's just, it gets so loud. It looks super clean. And I just love this thing so much. And yeah, it's unreal how well it sounds. I mean, it's got DTS, Dolby Atmos, high-res, HDMI, Dolby Vision, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, you know. It's got everything you need right here, pretty much. Now, for a DVD player, I chose to get a DVD player. This one, I believe, runs for around 150 bucks to 200 bucks. This is a I don't know the model, the BDB BX2, BDP, sorry. This is a Blu-ray player from like 2012, 2013. I like it. It's got really nice stuff. You know, I believe it's got like Dolby Vision or DTS or something like that. Do love this DVD player. Looks good, sounds good, you know. Just something that I can run DVDs off of that's hooked up to my Denon. For the towers, or my front left and front rights, my front speakers, I've got the Klipsch RP6000F towers. Absolutely gorgeous towers. These have their titanium Tractix horn, I believe it's called, with this rubberized kind of thing, just kind of for sound enhancing or whatever. You can see that little thing is awesome. It gets so loud. These are 6.5-inch drivers or mid-ranges. They do have the beauty ring, so they do hide a lot of the hardware. There is no visible hardware. The feet come installed on these already when you buy them and get them shipped to you. Super nice. Here's the grill. And the grill's magnetic. Now, something about when you buy a home theater system or home audio is the luxuries you get. The system will carry for years if you can get it set up right. And that's the main thing I think a lot of people struggle with when they are thinking about getting a system is, say you've never bought in a system. Well, the first thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to research how to set that system up. Because the thing about speakers is, like here, for instance, one of my surround sound speakers. If I can get this thing off. There we go. This is a Energy. So this is an Energy speaker, surround. Love these things. They get loud as heck. And they're crispy and clear. Now you can see that they are ported. You can see that there is a red and black. Now that's for positive, and you can see there's a stripe on the wire. That's for positive and negative. You have to match those with your amplifier. So you can see on the back of your amplifier, you also have red and black. If you have a wire plugged into the red on the speaker, you want that same wire going to the red on your amplifier. As to where on computer speakers, it's just a matter of plugging them in and playing. You know, there's really no crazy thing to it. You just plug in either RCAs or something like that. But anyways, this is my subwoofer. This is a Klipsch 12. And if you want something that punches super hard, that sounds crisp and clear at the same time, this is the subwoofer. I think this is the R120SW 12. Just amazing subwoofer, sounds amazing. The surround is actually decently soft for a 12, but it does carry my system for sure. Rattles everything. Don't even need a butt kicker for it. Like, it just rattles everything. Now for my center, I have a, like, oh yeah, the subwoofer is about a $500 sub. This is like a $200, $300 Klipsch bookshelf speaker as a center. Got this from a thrift store. Works perfect, sounds super clear. And then I have a bunch of acoustical foam behind and also under the speaker, just for a good, clear, crisp sound. So there's no crazy audio backlash or anything, whatever the audiophiles call it. Here's my other front speaker. Now, this is a surround sound amplifier, meaning you're going to get surround sound. A normal system, you're going to get what's called 5.1, where there's pretty much 5 satellite speakers, or like 5 of these. These are towers, but pretty much 5, or no, you know what? Just 5 of these. Like, these are satellites. Just little speakers with tweeters and mid-ranges. And they sound amazing. And there's 7 of them. I have 7 speakers. Now, normally they come in a 5.1, which the 1 is for subwoofer, 5 is for all your speakers. I have it set up as a 7.1, so I've got 7 surround sound speakers. It's a lot, and it sounds amazing. One thing this amplifier came with was a calibrating microphone. You essentially put it in 8 different spots of your room, kind of all collected in the same area, but you do move it from left to right and forward and behind, and it calibrates everything to be perfect. Sound perfect and just be perfect. So that's pretty much my whole home audio thing. Now let's take a look at what computer speakers will offer you. These are Logitech. Okay. Now this, for instance, would be your, let me get this cable unraveled first. Gosh, Logitech cables are so annoying. Here we go. So, I gotta roll this stand around. So for instance, this, oh shoot, this thing would be your front right if you had computer speaker set up. You can really see the difference. I mean, this thing probably weighs about not even 5 pounds. It's all plastic. Rattles. Actually, I should probably check that out. There's something rattling in there. The wires, unlike these, unlike these, are detachable. So these wires are just lodged in the speaker. And you can see, oh, it's the stand that's loose. You can see it's full range. Now, if you don't know what full range means, pretty much essentially is what this is this is not full range. None of my speakers in my room are full range. You can see it has these 2 mid-ranges, okay? These are mid-range speakers, meaning they're gonna play your mid bass, low bass kind of thing. You're gonna hear a lot of your sound from these. This is what actually produces most of the noise. This is a tweeter. This produces only high band and high frequencies. This is what you're gonna hear pretty much most of your dialogue, if not all your dialogue. This is what, in order to have this, you have to have what's called a crossover. A crossover network pretty much allows something to cut off all the bass and mid-range for this specific tweeter or speaker. These do not have a crossover. I can play 20 hertz on these if I wanted to. These do not have a crossover. But they do actually have a high frequency crossover that they will not play the frequency range this will play. I don't know the right frequency range this will play. If anybody you know, please let me know in the comments. But these have a somewhat of a high frequency range crossover, so they don't produce crazy high frequencies like this. Same thing with all the speakers in my room. These have little... Actually, you know what? I can show you something. Right here. This is actually a crossover. So you can see it has a bunch of capacitors, capacitors and resistors, which resist power. You can see 5 watt, 3 ohm, you know, if you know audio that much. But you see with these, there is no crossover. And if anything, the crossover is inside the amplifier, the subwoofer that comes with these. This is the subwoofer that came with those. I'm literally using to prop up for my DVD player because it works perfectly and it looks good. Look at how small it is compared to that. Okay, this is not effective. If you want floor thumping bass, this is not effective. The cabinet size is not a problem. It's the driver size. They're giving you about a 4-inch driver in that, which is absolutely weak. I'm not hating on anybody. Definitely not hating on computer speakers because I can't, because my first ever system was a computer speaker setup from Logitech. It wasn't this system, but it was I think it was the Z503. But there's a crossover inside the amplifier that's inside the subwoofer box. All that crossover does is it makes these act as a tweeter, which only produces super high frequencies. These should not be playing those high of frequencies. And let me tell you, these were not built for mids. I plugged one of these into my pile, gave it about less than 0.25% volume with like half mid and max high, and blew. It blew it out. Not this one, but a completely different one. And it blew it out. Which shows you, and I'm not hating on Logitech, but which shows you what kind of crossover they're using. They're using a super cheap way of crossing over on these speakers. All these are going to do is play those high frequencies. There's no mid bass, no nothing. If they would actually give a decent mid-range crossover as well as a high band crossover, these would sound great. But if anything, these should be used as Dolby Atmos speakers for my towers. Like, seriously. I can literally use this as a Dolby Atmos speaker if I wanted to for my tower. Literally just angle it like this up in my ceiling. But I'm not going to do that because it sounds awful. But, yeah, and the thing about these is when you're going to buy a computer speaker, literally every computer speaker, and I can guarantee it, they're made of plastic. Because it's cheap and easy to make. It is horrible for acoustic. There is no foam inside of these. I had to put foam inside of these just to make them sound good. And they came from the factory with no foam. These are made of what's called MDF wood. This has a vinyl over it. Very nice, clean vinyl. But these are made of wood. Literal wood. Why? Because wood absorbs sound. These also have a ton of foam in them and polyfill, which once again absorbs sound. It's just mind-blowing how they make these and how they can get away with selling these to their customers and saying, oh, hey, sounds great. But like when someone like me who knows what good speakers sound like, it's just unbelievable. I mean, you're comparing this, which is an $80 to $100 system brand new, to a $4,000 system. I'm not trying to flex, but like, it's insane how much of a difference you'd really hear in how, I mean, just in how much of better clarity this system will give you. Not to mention, my room is not acoustically like friendly at all. I did fix my door rattling problem with foam, but that was literally it. My closet doors rattle horribly. And it's not like a low, like, it's not like quiet rattling either. It is horribly rattling. These just, they don't give clarity. They literally just, I've tried watching a movie with these for fun. You can't hear anything because these are playing your explosions, your dialogue, They're playing everything. When you have something like this, you know, this is playing your explosions low end. These are also playing your explosions, not the low end, but these are also playing your explosions. This is playing mostly just dialogue and just mostly dialogue and things that come from forward. These are also playing explosions. You've got 4 speakers just for your surround sound effects. So the fact that these having to work hard on doing something simple is just unbelievable. But like I said, I love Logitech speaker systems. I love to just have them. Brings back memories of when I had a Logitech system. I like to go to thrift stores and just find systems. Sadly, that subwoofer does not work anymore, so I took it all out of the box. Now the box is just a stand for my DVD player. But yeah, I just wanted to let you all know, go with a home theater system, even if it's a cheap system. It doesn't have to be $4,000. It can be less than $1,000, and it can still sound amazing. But this, no. Please, do not go for this. Now, if you're someone who's just wanting to look for something easy to set up, something that you can easily watch movies on, and you don't care about good sound quality, go with computer speakers. They will definitely give you that. But if you're someone like me who loves sound quality and looks for sound quality, get a system like this, please. It'll help you out so much better. It'll last you longer, and just parts in general are just better. The cool thing about this stuff too is something like a Denon, you can buy replacement parts for these. If they ever have a bad part in them, which is very unlikely, these things are supposed to last like 15 to 20 years. But if they ever get a bad part in them, just look up the model number of that part and you can replace it. Or send it to Denon. Or actually, I don't think Denon does. But like, for instance, got mine off Crutchfield. Send it back to Crutchfield. They'll replace the part that you need for it. Towards a computer system, if it breaks, you gotta throw it away. There is no replacing it. Unless you can find a system that will replace it. So I just wanted to let you guys know that buying a real system, putting money into a system, will not just, it will help improve everything. So please watch this video before you buy something like a computer system. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a good day or a good night. Peace.